How's it going, everybody? Another episode of the Tavern Brawler Wizard series here. In this episode, we're going to be saving Halsin in the portal defense fight, one of the most interesting fights in the game, in my opinion. It can be kind of tricky, especially when you're playing solo, just because there's so much stuff you have to deal with. But there's so many kind of neat ways you can handle it. And I have a strong bias for area control effects, as you've probably seen from this run, and so I like trying to figure out the best area control strategy to do in this fight. Stacking that momentum here will be helpful because there's just kind of a lot to worry about, so it just ensures that I can get where I need to be if I need to do something. But also, I'm wearing the Ring of Free Action, which makes me immune to the effects of Black Tentacles. So I can run into my own Black Tentacles if I need to deal with something in there, or if I need to put an enemy in there that is not currently in there. The way I usually think about this fight is you've got the big horde on the left, and you've got the shades on the right. And usually I try to have some area of effects spell that handles the horde on the left so that I can focus my attacks and then maybe my summons on the stuff happening to the right. So this time I'll be using Black Tentacles to handle the encroaching hordes, and as you'll see, it can handle pretty much all of them just on its own. Dropping the Moon Lantern there serves a couple of purposes. First of all, it's just an easy way to activate the Callous Glow Ring. So that's the ring that adds 2 radiant damage to all your damage. Radiant damage are obviously good against shadows because they're vulnerable. So this just makes sure that they are illuminated for the purposes of that ring. And then it also turns off their shadow blend ability. They can go invisible if they're lightly or heavily obscured. So as long as you keep them in an area of bright light, they won't be turning invisible on you. Shadows are one of those enemies that's more difficult depending on your build. When you don't have a cleric in your party that can just run up to them and blow them up with spirit guardians, it can be hard to kill them quickly. Holy water is a nice alternative, little radiant damage if you don't have any other good sources. Other nice thing in this character is that since it's a grenade, it'll trigger the Gloves of Battlemage's power when I throw it. I actually don't even have hand crossbow proficiency here, but I still like dual wielding them sometimes just because then I have a way to hit items with my bonus action from range. I'm using a shield, so I can't do offhand attacks on items at melee, but this gives me a way to do things like pop a haste spore grenade with my bonus action. I usually default to the Earth Elemental when I don't care about anything in particular, like when I just need a big dude to absorb some hits and destroy some annoying little guys. But I'm curious if you guys have thoughts about other summons that work really well in this fight or fights like it. I maybe should be considering other options more. Have the elemental do a little body block there, so hopefully the shadow doesn't walk into the haste spore grenade and get a free action. So I've probably mentioned this before, but one of the reasons that Black Tentacles is so strong with the Gloves of Battlemage's power in particular is that the gloves are triggered by pretty much every status effect in the game that deals damage, provided the damage is attributed to you. So I might do a full video giving a more in-depth explanation of how this works, but Black Tentacles deals damage from a status. It's not the spell itself that damages them, and that triggers the Gloves of Battlemage's power. So what this means is that as the tentacles do that bludgeoning damage to the people trapped in it, it is giving you arcane acuity, which is itself making those tentacles harder to escape from. So it becomes this kind of self-sustaining combo where a lot of enemies just actually can't escape from it. They just have a 0% chance of getting out. And when I say 0%, I mean 0%. There are actually no critical successes and failures on saving throws in combat in this game. The exception is in dialogue, when you're doing the little animation roll in dialogue, death saves, and I think maybe concentration saves. But most saving throws, rolling a natural 20 won't mean you succeed if your total isn't higher than the DC. And a lot of enemies, when you have 10 acuity, that's giving the DC plus 10. So once I get up to 10 acuity, my DC is going to be like 25 or something like that. And a lot of enemies just can't roll high enough to escape a DC 25 strength save. They just can't.
What do I have to lose? Wonder if the gods are watching me.
In addition to being really strong, having a bunch of movement speed just feels so good to play with, because it's like you have an idea of something you want to do that's way over there, and you can just go do it. Like, you just always have enough movement to get where you want to be. Like, I was like, I want to put those guys in the tentacles, fly over there, carry them in, fly back. I've got enough movement to do that. Very, I don't know, it's just very freeing. This AoE attack that he has is nice for clearing out the crows that only have 1 health. Also decent against the Necromites in the Merkle fight. It's just kind of a good, like, clear out weak things attack. Just so effective. Those tentacles just stop them all in their tracks. And that's without even full acuity. I think I only have 5 here, it looks like. The reason I haven't gotten up to full, even though the tentacles have been damaging everything, is you can only get 1 trigger per attack. And what per attack means is kind of confusing, but it's basically like any targeted ability you use. So that the gloves will only refresh between targeted abilities. So under most conditions, that means you can only, with like something like Black Tentacles, do it like once per turn, roughly, but there are ways to get around that. I might go into more detail about that if I do that video about the Gloves of Battlemage power, but it's honestly a topic on its own. If I was really min-maxing here, I should probably be flying up to the Moon Lantern and moving it onto each enemy as I throw my spear at them, just so They get hit with the Cal's Glow Ring and the extra radiant damage, but I think that's a little too tedious and overkill for my taste.
I won't give in.
Forgot to refresh the Darkness Arrow there. They only last for 3 turns, so Portal took a little damage, but nothing too dangerous. I'm probably not surprising everyone by saying Tavern Brawler is very powerful, but it's crazy that it gives you so much accuracy that you can just kind of make your ranged attacks in melee with impunity and take the disadvantage and still have a 90% or higher chance to hit. It's kind of crazy. Just getting an extra +5 or more to your accuracy is very good. To say nothing of the damage bonus, which is also good. Err on the side of caution there with the shield spell, because losing my concentration right now would be a bummer. Okay, I know I just said you can make your attacks in melee with impunity. Critical misses is the reason why I maybe should still be taking a step back, eating the opportunity attack, and making my attacks from range, just because disadvantage makes critical misses a lot more likely. Since the Black Tentacles damage is considered my character's damage, it accepts universal damage riders like lightning charges and Cal's Glow. So I fly over here to drop the Moon Lantern so that they'll all be taking an extra 2 radiant damage when they take the Black Tentacles damage.
No. Come. Looking ahead.
Frantically trying to end my concentration on the tentacles so Hassan doesn't walk into it as he is wont to do. That's it for this video today. Thanks for watching as always. If you enjoyed the video, I always appreciate a like, a comment, or a subscribe. And more videos coming soon. Hope to see you in the rest of the series.
Gotta find somewhere